Hey guys, it's Lauren. Right off the bat, here are all of my socials and you should go follow them if you don't already. So in real time, as I'm filming this video, I have 995,000 followers on TikTok. So because Candace VFX is so close to hitting 1 million followers, I wanted to take a trip down memory lane and remind you guys of the origins of my TikTok account. If you've seen the most viewed video on my YouTube page, which is my Charlie Undercover, you'll know that my TikTok was originally a Charlie fan page and I was trying to trick you guys for a week, but then it became the main account that I still have today. Today's video is a little early celebration of this milestone because I'm gonna be creating my first ever TikTok edit on Candace VFX. I'm actually gonna post this one first. I really like it. It's like a little like color change velocity moment. I don't know why I added the Among Us characters, but it's like popular now, so maybe that'll get me a little more clout. And then I really like the end too, with like the pink was not the imposter. Love it. It kind of started a trend with like the Among Us and hair color change. Regardless, I feel like it was pretty iconic for its time, and that was really the edit that made the account blow up. Like, people really liked it. All right, before we get into it, I want to thank Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. Although I look like this right now, I'd say about 85% of the time I'm wearing my glasses. And I love Pair Eyewear because I can just have one frame but a ton of different colors, so it constantly feels like I'm switching up my style. This right here is the Murphy frame. I love it so much. Sometimes I'll just keep this base frame for a nice like simple look, but as said by Pair Eyewear, there are infinite possibilities. The frames are actually magnetic and come with magnetic lenses. So I also have my navy blue lens. Oh, I look so smart. We also have a classic black lens. And as you can see from my demonstration, they're very easy to switch out. And my favorite color right now is probably this forest green. I don't know, I just love green with my hair color. It makes me feel like poison ivy. I personally love Pair because it brings fun and versatility to prescription eyewear, but you can also get your Pair eyewear unprescribed and put in something else like blue light lens. So if you're looking to purchase a base frame or some additional colored frames, you can check out Pair eyewear by clicking the link in the description. And if you use my code WHOVILLE15, you can get 15% off your first order. All right, enough said, let's get into the video. All right, here she is in all of her glory. I already found all of the original clips that I used, so it's like exactly the same. The only clip that's different is the one at the very end where it's like dark in the background, because even when I originally made this edit, right after I posted it, I regretted not using this clip so much because like her eye makeup and hair look so good, so I'm like, the remake gotta have this clip. So I'm just gonna start out by adding my Twixter to all of my clips. It's so funny because this part is like honestly the fastest, but it's like the main bulk of the edit. But yeah, I think my velocity in this was like pretty good, especially with the clips of Charlie that I used. Like, she's also kind of moving her phone, so it looks really good with the velocity. I think my velocity settings were slower in the original because I usually do 50 or 60 now, but it might have been, I want to say 40. I think that's good because like her mouth opens at the same time in both of them. Okay, and I'm basically now just gonna copy and paste these velocity settings. Yeah, they're looking fantastic. I remember that Charlie Undercover experience being so fun though, because like I did that undercover when Charlie was close to hitting 100 million, and she got into that controversy because she was like, I would really like to hit 1 million followers, and everyone was like, you're a horrible person. And then on top of that, Dixie was like, I don't want to eat snails. I don't know. I think that's a shining example of how the internet just loves to hate young successful women for being perhaps young successful women. Okay, this part is a triple velocity. Ooh, it looks smooth. Okay, then I'm just gonna copy these, put it on the next one because I think this is also triple velocity. Just gonna add some velo to this last clip, and then it'll take us all the way to the end. Like, that clip is so cute. It's so much better than the other one. Okay, now for the part that shook the world, her hair changing color. It's very simple. It's an effect called change to color. So it has from and then to. The from is gonna be the original color, so I'm just gonna take this pink. Then for to, I'm gonna keyframe it because it changes to a couple of different colors. So here, I'll change the white in to yellow. That sentence sounded like it didn't make sense, but it made sense. Change that to yellow, and then monster green, and then deep blue, royal blue. Okay, and then the actual fill of it is just really splotchy, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm just gonna increase the hue percentage just a little bit, because if we do it too much, she'll look like that. Period. Okay, now let's change her hair in all of the other clips. This one's gonna go from pink to cyan.
Oh, wow, that picked up so well.
Let's increase that a bit. Also, I feel like this was the perfect type of edit to start the account with because my caption was like, comment down below like which hair color you like the best. And even before people knew it was me, I got so many comments because it's just like a really interactive edit. People were like, cyan's the best, no, green is the best, no, red is the best, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I love all of your opinions. Keep the comments coming. coming, keep them coming. Even today, I get comments on that video on a daily basis being like,
wow, love this edit, like orange is my favorite.
I'm like, it's just timeless. I think my favorite was always green, honestly. I think green or cyan. Oh, I have to increase the softness as well. That's what I was forgetting. It helps it look like a little bit less splotchy. I think this one was the most underrated, the orange, because like when you think of like pure orange hair, you're like, that's kind of a lot. This actually looks really good. This part was also like a sleigh because it changes between 3 different colors within one clip. Also, it's low-key cool how the color change like affects the lips, because here it looks like she's just wearing like a nude lip. Kind of a sleigh. All right, now time to add our cute little Among Us PNGs. I considered like not doing the whole Among Us thing for this remake. Like I was gonna choose something else, maybe a video game that's more like, I don't know, like popular or relevant, but half the reason this probably went viral was because of the Among Us factor, and everyone was playing Among Us during this era, so I have to stay true to that fact. So I'm just having it follow like the motion of where her head is going. I mean, you could do motion tracking for this part. It's just like low-key not necessary because she doesn't really move that much after like she pans the camera, and I'm gonna add a little bit of a graph to that. I think I'm gonna add some wiggle position to it just so it looks a little bit more like vibey, flowy, I don't know. All right, now we're doing purple. I can't tell if I got the wrong PNG. Is this one significantly darker? Can I just increase the brightness? Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll copy and paste the drop shadow. And then same thing, I'm just gonna add position keyframes so it follows the movement of her camera. And that should be good. Yeah. Now this green one gets a little bit crazy because it's a little 3D flip we got going on. This one is like slightly touching her head. You know, he wanted to be closer to her than the other Among Us little minions. They're not minions. They remind me of minions, I guess. Okay, first we'll flip this one and then we'll do this one. I feel like this era of editing in general, just like when everyone was editing Charlie, it was just such a good time for TikTok editing. Like a lot of people were active. There were a lot of like big editors. I'm like, where did everyone go? Oh my God, this one gets crazy. I have to do rota brushing. All right, I'll duplicate it and then we'll rota brush Charlie. I have a new computer, like better After Effects, so hopefully the rota brush would be better. I don't even think it was bad in the original. It's just like easier for me to work with now. It did not do what it needed to do. Anita Maxween.
This is my alter ego. Anita Maxween.
Yeah, there we go. Get our little orange guy in here. I don't know why he's so close for, like, calm down. He's also like low-key not giving orange. The one in the original edit is more orange. Hold on. This is gonna annoy me if I don't fix it. So this one is just, oh, they're called crewmates. I don't know why that just came to me so randomly. I was just like thinking about how I called them minions and I'm like, they're not minions, but they definitely like have a name. Like they're definitely something. And they were crewmates. So I literally just duplicate this twice. Put one here, and then put the last one here. All right, be honest. Were y'all like actively playing Among Us during this era? Because like, I swear I played a couple of times, but like never really fully understood it, never really fully got the hype. It was more of like a social thing, like peer pressure, except instead of drugs, it's playing Among Us. All right, and then here we just have like the 3 crewmate rotation. The yellow one is so big, and the red and blue are just so petite. It's like mommy and babies. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just like rotate all of them in the middle of the screen. Then when I have the rotations done, I'm gonna pre-comp it and then I'll do like the motion tracking on top of her head. So I can just do it for one big clip and not 3 little ones. All right, I'm connecting this to a null so I can do that last rotation. But now I'm considering like, do I wanna switch it up a little bit? In the original, I had 2 clockwise, but should I have it go clockwise, counterclockwise? I just feel like that would look cooler. I guess we'll see. My transitions were definitely a lot faster back then. So I kind of wanna stay true to that, make them a little bit faster than I usually would. And then I'm gonna do some overshoot for this last one. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, I pre-comped it. Now I'm just gonna put it over Charlie's head. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the same rotation process for this last clip and then I'll be back with you. This is what it's looking like so far. It's like pretty identical to the original, but now I'm trying to add like extra transitions like that one right there to make it a little bit different. Because obviously I'm not the same editor as I was when I made this. I like to add transitions to my velocities. And then I also added this ending part. I still have to animate the little, what's it called? Frick, crewmate. I'm trying to figure out if I should put a transition between these 2 right here. So I'm gonna rotobrush this clip so it's like just Charlie, not the background. The purple is getting cut off. Come on, girl. Yep. Okay, and then the background to that clip is gonna start at 0% and then fade in opacity. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Rotobrush is really my bestie. Change an outfit because I was trying on a Christmas gift. This is not it. This I bought at WWE last night. CM Punk, best in the world, period. I want to add like one more subtle transition. I think I'm going to do it between these two clips at the end with the triple velocity. I'm going to enable 3D on a null and then attach them both to it. And I'm going to keyframe position and then X, Y, and Z just in case. This is the marker for my beat here. Okay, I'm going to have this clip start off with a negative Y rotation and like zoomed out a bit maybe. And then it'll zoom in. Yes. Go to the left. And then I'm gonna increase the Y, and then I'm gonna decrease the X. Okay, I'm not gonna add graphs to the X keyframes. I'm just gonna have them like this. Position, I'm definitely gonna add a mid graph. And then here I have to have it like fade in, because I don't want my second clip showing at this part. So I'm gonna have a fade in right here. Oh, period. I think I'm gonna do some rotations on this clip individually too, because I don't want it to just be stagnant. So I'll have it start like that and like that. Okay, the whole transition part is done. That part is good. I also cannot forget about the very first transition of this edit, which is literally just a fisheye zoom out. Yeah, it gets pretty up close and personal. I feel like I zoomed it in even a little bit too much like in the original. And then this one simply zooms out of that. Guys, what is like the new Among Us? And then also like, who's the new Charli? Like, not to say Charli is no longer famous, she still very much is, but like TikTok isn't really like her thing anymore. Like she's not as active on it. I'm sure she doesn't want to be known as just like that TikTok girl. So like, who has been there to take her place? Addison? No, Addison is also trying to become more like Hollywood. Like genuinely, who do little kids look up to nowadays? Because respectfully, if it's just like Twitch streamers or male, specifically male podcast hosts, I'm a little bit afraid about, you know, the future of Gen Alpha. Need to add some overshoot to the fisheye warp. Okay, before the blurs, fades, and the blurs, fades, the blurs, fades, and flashes. Try to say that 10 times fast. Blur, fades, flashes, blurs, fades, flashes. Did I just say fascism? Okay. We're gonna add some flicker, pan, and then I think white film damage, was that on there? I don't think I broke the news to you guys, but I have started using Sapphire again. I'm sorry, it's just really helpful. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I just feel like I'm always like, no, I don't use plugins, blah, blah, but it's like, I was genuinely missing my Sapphire, so. Okay, I think that flicker is perfect. And then I do my panning with S Shake. I think I do the amplitude at 0.04 if I'm correct. And then film damage. The stains are like the blobs. I just want the little specks, which I believe is the dust. Okay, I'm gonna set that to white. Dust density though, like 10. Like, let's calm down. No hair, no scratches. My fades are so subtle, I can't even tell if they're there. I don't think I did any fade to black. I think I just did blurs. Like, I think I did fade to black here, but that's it. Strange, okay. All right, let me fade that out. I'm gonna add another Sapphire preset that I did use in the original edit, which is S Glow. This part is very simple. You just make it intense and then make it not intense to make it look like a flash. I'm just pasting it in all the clips. I feel like the S Glow looks different now, no? It looks like softer, I don't know. The glow does look really cool though. This clip is a triple glow situation. I'm gonna copy these same keyframes for the other one that has the triple velocity moment. All right, I'm gonna work on the end now, which is that like fade to dark screen and then it opens and it's like Pink was not the imposter because Pink is her actual hair color. I was actually so proud of the end when I first made it. I was like, no one could have thought of this. Someone else probably could have thought of it, but still. All right, now it's time to add the adjustment layers with blurs. I have always just used camera lens blur for this. Feel like it's good, solid. All right, I have all my blurs added on adjustment layers and I added a couple extra touches. When I do velocity, I like adding null layers with like scale keyframes. So it's always like panning and slightly zooming forward. So I did that for this part. I also added a vertical S shake so it transitions to this. And then to the adjustment layer, I added Sapphire fisheye warp. And I think this part looks really cool. One thing about me, I love the fisheye warp and the motion tile grid combination. It's unmatched. So there are like 3 things left to do. First, I gotta animate the little crewmate at the end. I just used Arial font in the original edit, so that's what I'm keeping it as. I wanted to try and use a font from the actual game, but when I looked up Among Us font on defont.com, this is what I was shown. Like, respectfully, I'm not downloading a font called Sussy Baka, so. Bruh. Yeah. So first I'm gonna do a mask reveal for the text. It's gonna start like this, and then let's try to get that timing correctly. And then of course the crewmate is just gonna be like, float in, spin in, reveal in this. So it starts off like this, and then it's gonna end off screen. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then we'll just add our rotation keyframes. I think it might be, yeah, it's complete 360. It's beautiful, it's perfect. Oh, it really is, it's making me nostalgic. All right, second to last thing we need to do is add the flashes at this part. Before we do that though, I think there's a little bit of S-shake on this clip as it zooms out, so let's add that. Do like 1. All right, now let's add our solids. The first is a yellow flash right here, like 50 opacity, 40 opacity, yeah. Then that goes to 0. And then it goes to green. I'm just gonna change the fill of it to green so I don't have to make a new solid. And then last duplication, we're gonna do blue. Beautiful. And very last step, oh my god. I'm gonna be adding my watermark. I'm gonna try to make this look exactly the same as the original edit. I usually never put my watermark like right in the middle of the screen for my actual edits, but I'm gonna try to place it in the exact same position. I don't remember what font I used. It was on my old computer, but I feel like this one I have, Koba Gion, is pretty similar. Just need to expand it a bit. Perfect. The blending mode is overlay, and I did add turbulent displace to it. I always do either time 8 or time 10. I never do time 9, and I don't know why. Just need to make sure it's placed perfectly. All right, guys, everything is done. And now the question is, are you ready to take a trip down memory lane? Let's watch. All right, guys, what do we think? Did I do a good job? I actually really like this remake because it is super similar to the original, like identical in many ways, but just a little bit more embellished and advanced. And it's crazy to be sitting here remaking this because it actually feels like just yesterday I was making the original. Like, I promise you guys, I remember what I was wearing, what the vibe was, how my hair was done. I mean, granted, I did have it all on video for YouTube, but still. My point is, it feels like no time at all has passed, and yet I've gained almost 1 million followers on TikTok. So for that, I'm just so incredibly grateful, and I just love you guys so much. Also, comment down below when you started following my TikTok account, because I'm curious to see, are there any OGs still out there that remember the era when my account was a Charli editing account? But even if you are a newer follower, I'm still so grateful for you, and I can't believe I'm so close to 1 million followers. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and bye.